Hello, everyone. Um, Before we get to baseball, before we get to like trade deadline preview, before we get to anything, including Jeff's shtick, I just want to welcome you all to Bases Loaded. Um, we are 5 days away from the trade deadline on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. There's going to be teams that are going to make trades, everyone. There is. However, we're not going to talk about baseball for a second. We're not even going to talk about sports for a second. Um, if you guys don't know Louis Joshua, he's been on here a couple of times. Well, not bases loaded. He's been on here a couple of times on bases loaded, but he's mainly an NBA show and he's mainly the NFL. Oh, why did that go away? Hold on. That's why. Okay. You know what? Timer off.
You had it on timer. Oh, jeez.
I had it on timer, yes. Anyways, back to what I was saying. He's been on here a couple of times during bases loaded, but he's mainly an NBA show guy. He's mainly an NFL guy, mainly because of the New England Patriots. Our good friend Louis Joshua, who is a part of the MWL family, has unfortunately lost his man this past Monday night. Um, so I know a lot of people that reached out to him said their condolences. But from the bottom of our hearts, we here at Forever Boston Sports want to say, Louis Joshua, we are thinking about you and your family, and we hope that you're doing very well.
Couldn't have said it any better.
Okay. And Louis, I hope you watch that later on because I told you I was gonna honor your nan the first few moments of this. I did. All right. Now we can get off the sad news and on to more happier news. More I want to say more lively news. Yeah, let me
That
play
sounds
something.
better.
Yeah, let me play something from 98.5, and then Jeff and I will be back to discuss it. If this will ever let me. Okay, I'm on my iPod. That's why.
Or a couple more years. They've been linked to all kinds of shortstops. The reports have indicated that, again, they are more interested in a shortstop for the longer term, meaning it's not just a rental. And at the same time, this is at a period where Trevor Story is signed for one more year. Marcelo Meyer has what, basically a year of service time, which means he could be here for another 5 years. And they have Franklin Arias now at AAA. So you tell me, why are they interested in a shortstop who has term on his deal?
Well, I think when you look at the Trevor Story part of this, it's even when he was healthy, I think it was you can't say it was a mistake because it was the player's decision to come back, but I think if left to their own devices that they probably would have parted ways with Trevor Story after last season. I don't think that they're sold on Marcelo Meyer, and I think Craig Breslow is looking at the spine of your defensive alignment, where it's the catcher, the shortstop, the second baseman, and the center fielder. Like, you need to be strong there, and they've been weak at shortstop. And I think that that's something that has to be addressed. And if it's Otto Lopez, if it's Francisco Lindor, if it's who is the other one that they were linked to?
Jeremy
CJ
Pena?
Abrams,
Okay.
Jeremy Pena, another one. Yeah, like it's not a coincidence that they've been really honed in on shortstop. It's because they want to be strong at that position, and there's options out there. Some would tell you there's options out there, but we've heard the Astros are telling them to kick rocks on anyone because they think that they're still in it. And then I saw right before we came on here, I think Heyman reported that teams are telling other teams that are asking about C.J. Abrams no. So that takes two off the board.
Okay, so, but again,
Okay. I didn't want to record the whole entire thing to play it on here because I didn't know how long that would take. But from what
Right.
Jared Carruthers had said is that teams have been calling about CJ Abrams, and the Nationals have been saying no. So and now it looks like Jeremy Pena's off the table too, and I don't think and I don't know if we're gonna get Zach Neto. So Jeff, I think the only other option here is if the Red Sox want to get shortstop is two options: Otto Lopez from the Miami Marlins, or we call up the San Diego Padres and say, can we bring Bogarts back home?
Yeah. I mean, those are pretty much the only options there are right now at this point. Honestly, I mean, as much as I hate to say it, I think that bringing back Bogey might not be in the best interest. I think we should go with go with a team that could benefit, as well as we could, like do a good even trade for a shortstop. So I would go with Miami personally.
Yeah.
I just we've got to, and I agree what he said, that the spine of the outfield needs to be strong. So yeah, absolutely, catcher, second, shortstop, and center fielder, absolutely.
Yep.
Because without this, it's like even the human body. Without your spine, you're pretty much you're worthless without the spine. Because that keeps you mobile. Same thing with the team. The spine of the team is right down the middle, and if you have issues in any of those four spots, then you're going to have issues with the whole team, because it's that middle part of the outfield that keeps everybody together. And I think that what he said was absolutely right. My personal opinion, go with Miami. That's just my thought of it.
Yeah. For anybody that doesn't know what that was from, that was from the baseball hour. That comes on every single week, Monday through Friday during the baseball season at 6 p.m. Eastern on 98.5 The Sports Hub's YouTube channel and their radio station. And yeah, I agree with everything that Jared Carrabis had said. Catcher wise, however, go get Goodman. Take him away from the Colorado Rockies. Go get Hunter Goodman. Bring him to Boston. I don't care what we have to give up for it. Go get Goodman, because Goodman is out of his flipping mind this season. You don't think he's gonna shine here in Boston?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I
think he would. I mean, personally, we've seen. Is it the one that was having all the issues with, that was Narvaez, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that if that would be, if you were to trade anybody, I would trade Narvaez. I wouldn't so much trade Wong. Because he's the primary catcher. But I would trade Narvaez at least. Send him to Colorado and us get Goodman. I'd be fine with that. I mean, that's a decent trade.
I mean, I get it. Colorado is what are they?
I mean, Colorado can't get any worse. They can't get any worse.
They're mathematically eliminated right now.
Well, they were before the season started.
Yeah. So
they were before spring training.
And the thing that Jared Carrabis said about Trevor Story and a Arias and a Siegler. Okay, here's the thing. If we get a shortstop at the trade deadline, there's no reason why we can't move Siegler or Trevor Story over to second base.
Right.
There's no reason why we can't do that.
Yeah.
So I get what they're saying, but to be completely honest with you, Jeff, and I don't know if you agree with me, Trevor Story was one of the worst signs that we did. Almost.
Trevor Story. His story is horrible. Like, I mean, no pun intended on that. But I mean, it's just he has not really impressed me since coming
Yeah,
over to
it doesn't
Boston.
either.
He's had a few good moments here and there, but I mean, for the most part, if you want to compare, I guess you could say, if you wanted to compare, remember Pablo Sandoval? Remember when it was a big deal that he signed with the Red Sox?
Oh my
You
God,
remember
no.
that? You
Oh, I
remember
do.
big name like Pablo Sandoval? Okay, and what happened?
He sucks.
He was a dud after he got here. He was amazing in San Francisco, and he was a dud when he got here. This to me is kind of along the same lines, different kind of branch, but along the same lines. I think that getting rid of Story would not be a bad option. Um, just it's he seems to be hurting the team more than doing them any good. Kind of like what Pablo was, hurting the team more than doing any good. But you're gonna go through. Any team is going to go through. They have their rough patches. As far as signings go, but eventually they'll get one that clicks. And just you've got to out with the old, in with the new kind of thing. You got to try different combinations. It may take a few years before they get the right player at that position. And with being Red Sox Nation, we've seen that multiple times where it took them many years to get the right person for that position that they're going for. So this is just one of the little chapters in the story of Story. And I think that he's going to find himself writing a new book somewhere else very shortly.
Getting off the Red Sox for a second because we talked about a person that hasn't been helping the team. Um, mm, here's a guy that's always injured and not helping the team either.
Yeah,
Mr. Mr. Byron made out of glass Buxton.
That's funny.
So this brings up the question, Jeff. What did the Twins do? What did the Twins do in 5 days to replace Byron Buxton? Because we don't know how long Byron Buxton's going to be out.
Well, they have to figure out a decent replacement. I mean, bottom line, it just hip impingement. It just. Do we know how long he's on the IL for?
Oh, I'm gonna go to fantasy because somebody has Byron Buxton on fantasy, which I don't understand why. I think it was Stu that had Byron Buxton. Uh, and lo and behold, I was right. So the estimated return date as of right now is August 8th.
So basically, like 10 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I mean, who is the replacement they got right now? Like who's taking over his position?
I think it's
I don't
Trevor
follow
Warner.
the Twins very much. Okay. I mean, they could hold on to him. Obviously, I mean, I wouldn't let anyone go, especially when they're in the middle of an injury. I mean, that just to me, it seems kind of like it seems bad. It's horrible to do that to somebody. So I personally would wait. But as long as they've got a good backup, that's all that matters.
Yeah. I mean, the Twins are right there in the wild card, so they gotta do
Mhm.
something. But I don't know.
Right.
The MLB players of the week were announced. Last week it was Willie Abreu and Drake Baldwin.
Yep.
This week it's none of those guys. It's Jeremy Pena and CJ Abrams. The names that we heard.
Boy, that
in the
name
video
Abrams
from-
sounds awfully familiar.
doesn't it? Because Jared Carabas
It
talked
does.
about him during the video that we watched. So
Yeah. Well, I heard about that today. I was actually looking at news on my break, and the name CJ Abrams came up, and I think that would be a great addition to the Red Sox team.
yeah.
I really do like Abrams.
Oh no, I do too. I do too. Speaking of Washington, this was the only trade that was made this past week. But the Red Sox trade left-hander Connolly Early, who's injured, to the Washington Nationals for infielder Curtis Mead. Jeff, what was your first initial reactions when you saw this?
My initial reaction was, I'm not shocked that Early was traded. Curtis Mead's not bad, but it sucks that the second bat he got put on the injury list.
Yep.
It wasn't a broken wrist; it was just a bruised wrist, basically. But
Right.
he'll be out for at least 4 weeks, so that's not going to help him, at least for the month of August.
No.
But he could come up big in the month of September. So let's just wait and see what happens there. But I mean, Curtis Mead's okay. I mean, he's not terrible, and,
No.
and he's a decent player. So I mean, I'm okay with getting rid of Early.
And when the Washington Nationals were here, before we went on that 15-game win streak, Curtis Mead loved playing at Fenway Park. He really did.
Oh yeah, he's been completely open about that.
Yeah.
There are so many people in MLB that would honestly tell you that they love playing in Fenway.
Oh yeah.
It's just something about the park, whether it be the atmosphere, the logistics of the park, the green monster itself. Just there's little things about the park that everybody who plays in Fenway, from other teams, has openly said. And Fenway is the park. I mean, we're one of the oldest ones, if not the oldest one, still going, because Yankee Stadium is a different place now. So it's not like,
Right.
it's not like the original Yankee Stadium spot.
Wrigley Field.
Yeah. Wrigley's another old one. So I mean, that's one of the originals. So yeah, it's just, everybody loves playing Fenway.
And then of course the Red Sox posted this on their Twitter. Like we talked about, the Red Sox today placed infielder Curtis Mead on the 10-day injured list, retroactive to July 28th with the left wrist fracture. To fill his spot, Boston recalled infielder/outfielder Nick Sogard from AAA Worcester. So the good news is Curtis Mead does not need surgery on his wrist, which is good. That's good news, because
Yes.
if he needed surgery, his season would have been over.
Yeah.
There's a possible chance that he could be back September 8th or September 23rd, which is good news, because the playoffs don't really start until like October. So he'll be back right around for playoffs.
But that's the key thing. Remember what I said the last 2 weeks. Red Sox have got to at least hit 600. They've got to have winning for August and a winning record for September for them to make it to October.
Do you want to tell the view? Which, by the way, do you want to tell the viewers what you told me in the green room?
Right now the Red Sox are sitting at 18-4 for this month. And if they win tonight, tomorrow, and Friday, that would put them at 21-4, giving them an 840 record for the month of July. Now, this is not the highest in the modern era. If you want the highest, you have to go to 2017 when the Cleveland Indians went 25-4, which is an 862 in the month of September. But other than that, you're going to have to go back to the 30s and early 40s for similar records. The best record in a month, though, you have to go way back to August of 1906, and that would be the Chicago Cubs, who had a 25-3 record in August of 06, and that's a percentage of 893. We're never going to see a team do something like that in the modern era. But to go 862 for the Indians, back in 2017 was damn well impressive. And as I said, if the Red Sox take tonight, tomorrow, and Friday, we'll hit 840. And that's the best record since 2017 for a single month. So, they've got to keep this. Well, yes, they've had a couple losses here and there. We expected that to happen. It's going to happen. But they got to bounce back from each loss, because if they don't, they're going to lose all this momentum that they've been building up for this month. And it will make this month mean completely nothing come September, when they're, starting to fall back down into the standings. So they need to keep this momentum going. But 840, if they win the next three, this is crazy, dude. This has been an absolutely crazy month for the Red Sox, and kudos to them for doing this.
And they need to be aggressive at the trade deadline. They need to be. They need to do
absolutely
big things at the deadline.
They need to be balls to the wall at deadline. They have to, because if they want to keep this momentum going, they've got to sign some decent players. And I've been saying, get people and sign a couple more for the bullpen. That I think that right now should be their focus. Is getting a couple more relievers for the bullpen. We don't need a closer. Chapman's doing amazing. So, obviously that get a long reliever, get a short reliever. Just work on your bullpen a little bit, and I think they'd have a damn good team come September.
I agree. Before we talk Skubal, before we talk Logan Webb and the Giants, because the Giants have some injury news to them as well, and before we talk about who should we also look at for trade deadline? Should we look at the Rays as well? Which three teams do you think we should look at for trade deadline?
I'm actually interested with the fact that they started off hot and then kind of cooled off. I want to see what the Braves are doing. Okay. I'm kind of interested to see where they're going to go with this trade deadline, because as I said, they started off hot. They were the first team to 40 wins. And then all of a sudden they just it's like they stepped into a blizzard, and they just got extremely cold. So I'm kind of curious to see where that's going.
So we'll talk Skubal, we'll talk the Giants, because they're gonna sell, and they got injury news, and then we'll talk about the Braves as well. I just want to bring up one more thing before we talk about the trade deadline. I showed you this in the green room, but for anyone that's gonna be watching the Red Sox game tonight at 9:40 p.m. Eastern time, or listening to the game on WEEI, and you don't know what the lineup is, here it is. You got Jamal Jones, who we got from the Detroit Tigers, leading off. We got Cedar Rafaela batting second. Willie Abreu batting third. Wilson Contreras batting fourth. Caleb Durbin batting fifth. Romy Gonzalez being the DH tonight. Andrew Monastaro batting center. Nick Sogard, who we just called up, batting eighth. And then we got Connor Juan batting ninth. And tonight's starting pitcher is Patrick Sandoval. Now, people are wondering, why is Jarren Duran not batting tonight? Simple. He's cold. He's on a cold streak right now, and he needs that day off. Also, Jeff, did you see what happened in Sacramento last night?
No, I did not. I know that it was. I know it was an interesting game. I heard a couple things about it, but I didn't. I don't know. You might have to tell me.
Wilson Contreras got upset with his teammates, which I don't blame him, because here's why. He's struggling. Wilson Contreras is struggling right now, and when he
Yeah.
fouled the ball off, the teammates were like clapping when he was struggling, and then Wilson Contreras was like, "For what? Why are you clapping?"
Honestly, if he's struggling, I wouldn't have him batting fourth. It's just me. Right now, I think, honestly, switch him and Abreu around. Abreu is
Yep.
hotter at the bat right now than Contreras, so I would have had Abreu
Yep.
being cleanup. That's just my personal opinion. I have Contreras batting third,
I would too.
and if he's still on a cold streak, then I would bump him down to like fifth or sixth.
I
You
agree.
need to have your players who are hot batting at the heart of the order. You have to. Like 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's your heart of the order. That's where you need the hot guys at right now. It's just you have to. If you want, once again, I'm gonna revert back to it. You want to keep this momentum going. You want to keep this winning streak going. You want to keep doing 600, 700, in the month. You've got to strengthen your lineup and put those hot bats where they need to be. If you have the top of the order slow, the bottom of the order slow, that's fine. But you need your hot bats in the center of it all. You have to.
Again, first pitch is at 9:40 Eastern. We need to get wins. Like Jeff said, if we want to go like 21-4. So there's that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So we have to
well,
take tonight, we have to take tomorrow, and we have to take Friday.
Friday is going to be tough against the Dodgers.
But we can do it. We've done it
I know
before.
it's going to be tough though. All right. Like I mentioned, trade deadline 5 days away. Monday, August 3rd, 6 p.m. Eastern. Jeff and I will be back here next Wednesday to recap it all. There's 3 topics that we want to get to. The first one is Tarik Skubal. He's the talk of the town when it comes to trade deadline because everyone's asking are the Tigers going to trade him? Are the Tigers going to keep him? Jeff, what is your answer?
If I was the Tigers, I'd keep him. That's just my opinion. I mean, next year do whatever you want, but keep him for now. It's just he's been a key part of that team, and I would definitely keep him for at least the remainder of the season, and then in the off season do what you want. But for now, I would say Detroit should keep him.
I agree because if the Tigers do decide to trade him at the deadline, there's one team interested in him, and that is the LA Dodgers.
Oh, of course it is. It's the modern day Yankees. Of course it is.
San Francisco Giants. They're gonna sell, but first of all, they just lost Casey Schmidt for the rest of the year to torn meniscus, and he's been having a great season for the San Francisco Giants. Now,
it's a big loss.
It is a big loss, and they're officially they're mathematically eliminated. So I'm gonna bring up 4 names. Okay, I'm gonna bring up 4 names, and we're gonna pretend that they are gonna get traded, and we're gonna name the teams that they're gonna get traded to.
Oh God.
Well, prediction wise,
I will be completely wrong. I will go 0-4.
Oh, I would too. I don't think they're gonna trade anybody, but I'm just saying, like, let's just pretend that they are.
Okay.
So the first name is Luis Arraez.
So who do I think he'll get traded to?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. I have no idea.
To me, I think Tampa Bay would be a great fit for Luis Arraez.
Okay, I can see that. Tampa Bay needs, they're doing good. I mean, that would increase things. Yeah, I'd be okay with Tampa Bay.
Again,
That wasn't the first team on my radar, but
again,
like I'm looking at all these. I'm like, well, where would it be most likely to go? I never would have thought Tampa Bay, but that wouldn't be a bad idea.
right. Again, I don't think he's gonna be traded. This is just
Speculation.
fantasy booking. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
just yeah. Second name, Logan Webb.
Oh, jeez.
If I'm being completely honest with you, Jeff, I think
Mhm.
this is the team. I think this is the guy that the Braves should be looking at.
I was actually just thinking that. I was just thinking, yeah, because I mean, he would be. I think he'd be a good fit in Atlanta.
Third name, and I know they're not going to get rid of this contract, but Rafael Devers.
Can we just throw him in the ocean and call it a day? I'm just saying. I know one team he won't be going to.
That's great. Can we just throw him in the ocean?
Just throw him in the ocean. Yeah. No. If he was to go, a team that I honestly would not mind seeing him on benefit this team because we know he can hit. We know he's a good hitter. I honestly, Miami.
Yep.
Why not put him on the Marlins?
Yep.
I mean, I think that he would fit really good in Miami. So I personally would trade him to Miami.
I like Miami. I was gonna go one. Actually, no, Miami, because I don't want to say the team that I was gonna say.
You better not say the Yankees. I will kick your ass.
See, that's why I didn't say it.
Well, that and he can't wear number 11 anyway.
True. And then
But he's not even wearing 11 out, and he's not even wearing 11 out in San
no, he's wearing number
Francisco.
16.
He's wearing 15?
He's wearing 16.
16. Give him a high number like 80. All the low numbers are all retired.
And then the final name, which if Luis Ariz doesn't go there, I think Tampa should get this guy, and that's Robbie Ray.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of a good team to put him on. There's a couple that come to mind that might be good for him. One would be the Mets. And honestly, I think the Kansas City Royals. I think both of those places would be good for him.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're like mathematically eliminated, but
right. As I say, it's like put them on. All these people we're mentioning, put them on teams that need help. It's just like Tampa Bay doesn't really need help because they're doing good as it is. But I mean, like people like the Mets, the Royals. I mean, put them on, especially Miami. These people can go to teams that desperately need the help. And that's why I'm looking at it in that perspective. Not so much like, oh, hey, let's put them over on the Dodgers just because the Dodgers are the god team of
whatsoever.
I didn't want to go that route. I want to go a route where they're going to benefit where they go. They're going to help the team get out of the rut that they're in. So I mean, I'd be okay with that with that one going to the Mets or the Royals personally.
Yeah. And like I mentioned, Robbie Ray is a rental. If he gets traded, he's a free agent at the end of the season, so he can go anywhere after the season if he wants to. So
he's an expensive rental.
Yeah,
got to get insurance for that rental.
I'm gonna let you talk about the Braves because I know you want to. I know you want to talk about the Braves about what you guys are gonna do at the deadline. So go right ahead.
Well, I just know I want to discuss this with you because I want to know what your thoughts are. Like, I mean, you had mentioned that the Braves could benefit from one of the names that you had mentioned. Um, uh, I'm just looking something up to see what some of these some of the news is for who they were thinking of. Um, well, basically, the Braves need help all around the clock. They need like everywhere possibly. Um, their starting pitching is kind of hurting. Um, between injuries and all that kind of stuff, we need at least a number 4 and number 5 starter. Um, we need we need someone in the bullpen that in the latter innings, sixth, seventh, eighth. We need someone to step up or someone to get for that. Um, they've had a lot of injuries on the Braves. Uh, People such as Acuna Jr. and Drake Baldwin, um, and adding a
Spencer
significant
Strider.
bat. Yeah, exactly. Adding a significant bat at the DH or in the outfield is important for them to even remotely stand a chance for another World Series. Um, I know that uh, the rumored targets and deals. There's a couple names. One of them we kind of just touched base on with Tarek Skubal. He's one of them that that is rumored as a target for the trade deadline. Luis Castillo from the Mariners is another one, and that could include a package including catcher Sean Murphy and shortstop H.S. Kim. Um, there is other names, people out in the outfield. Get someone out in the outfield to help Mike Yastrzemski. Just so that way he's not the only one out there. I think that would be a good place to start. Is get someone that would work well with Yaz. Um, uh, Braves are expected to be early trade suitors for top tier starters and bullpen arms. So, they need. I think the most of their focus has to be on pitching, both starting, getting a couple more people settled in as a 4 and 5 starter. Get that late inning arm in there. And if they do that, then they have better potential for making the World Series, let alone the playoffs. So
Well,
it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So, but I'd be okay with either the two rumored targets that I just discussed with you, Tarek Skubal or Luis Castillo.
right.
I'd be fine with definitely fine with Skubal, but that's
thought of
kind
a
of like
couple.
a shot in the dark.
I thought of a couple more names that I wanted to throw out to you that the Braves I think
Mhm.
get. Uh, One, like I mentioned with the Giants, Logan
Yeah.
Webb. I
Right.
think Logan Webb would be a great fit for Atlanta.
Yeah.
Um, Sandy Alcantara from the Miami Marlins, I think could be a good fit for Atlanta as well.
Yeah. He'd be a good
Outfield,
one.
yeah, outfielder. I don't know if Preller and the Padres are going to do this, but Fernando Tatis Jr.
I doubt that. I
I doubt
doubt
it
that
either.
they would let Tatis out. I don't think they let him go.
I don't think so
He's
either.
too
So no,
important of a part of that team. I don't think they'll let him go.
no, I don't think so either. But there is one name, and I know that the Red Sox probably won't do this, but there is one name, and if the Red Sox call me crazy, but Jaron Duran.
And I was just thinking, when was the last time the Red Sox did a trade with the Braves? It's
Chris
been a
Taylor.
long time. Yeah. um, you know, I would be perfectly fine with Duran going down to Atlanta. I think he would be a good fit, and I think he would work well with Yaz. So in a way, you're kind of keeping the Boston, like, if you want to call it that, because I know he hasn't played in Boston, but his grandfather did. So I mean, it makes sense to, kind of keep the Boston vibe, between the two of them, because I mean, Duran loves playing in Boston. He absolutely loves it. But I
he's
think
always
that
getting himself into trouble with the fans.
I was just going to say, I think that with past occurrences with the fans and with remarks and him coming back on a couple of occasions, I think, as much as I hate to say it, because he is really good in Boston, I think in best interest, especially for Duran, to get traded to a team like Atlanta would not be a bad choice. And I think,
Right.
as I said, I think he would work really well with Yaz. So
Right, and that would
I
mean,
would be totally fine with it.
and that would mean if Duran did get traded, the outfield in Boston, which I wouldn't mind this, would be Abreu in right field, Cedar Rafaela in center field, and we move Masataka Yoshida out in left field. That sets up a DH for anyone.
Right.
Would I
And then, of course,
love? Would I
eventually, Roman Anthony's going to be coming back.
There you go. That's why I'm
So
throwing out
you've got a
Duran.
place for Roman.
Right. That's
You've
why
got
I'm
a
throwing
place
out
for Roman.
Duran.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now, would I love to give up Jaron Duran? No. But
No.
I would love to give him up to a team that really needs help in the outfield. And Atlanta is one of the teams that needs help in the outfield.
Yes. They need help all around, dude. Like they're barely like got their heads above water right now. It's just, they started off hot, and as I said, they got ice cold, and they haven't been really doing well as far as putting, maybe a couple games back to back for wins. But I mean, it's just their consistency is off. And Duran would help in the outfield. They need a late inning pitcher. They need a couple starters for the back two, 4 and 5. I think that, Duran would be a good start. Skubal will be a great addition. You can always push, someone in the 3 position down to 4 or something like that to get Skubal in there, kind of like in the center. I wouldn't put him at the top. Definitely wouldn't put him at the bottom, but get him kind of like in the middle, because I think he would be a great third pitcher. So,
can I mention one more thing?
Yeah.
And I know Austin Riley has been struggling too at third base with his bat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that the Braves do go out and get a third baseman back. You know who I would go get? Eugenio Suarez from the Cincinnati Reds.
Yep. They were in talks with Suarez earlier in the season, weren't they? Or was it off season or something? We were talking about Suarez possibly going over to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a great third baseman for him.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's trade deadline preview. Again, me and Jeff will be back here next week to recap it all. Before we get to Jeff's stick and the World Series thing and the promotions, Jeff, are you ready to go to the golf course?
Quiet on the golf course, please.
Hello, friends. A beautiful Saturday afternoon in Comstock Park. This is inning number 7. Still in the front 9, if you will. Eric Pinales hails from San Cristobal. Right now looking at a pitch from about 60 feet, 6 inches.
I struggled a lot in 2022 with his control.
A fine hit, deep to left center. Off the wall. Lucas Dunn into second base. exquisite. Got it into the short grass out there.
Just sit right down and don't be a dick. Everyone get ready for Jeff Stick.
That damn short grass, I'm telling you. It gets you every time. All right. Time for my shtick. There are 7 games that went final. We'll go over them first. The Mets defeated the Braves 3-2. The Padres defeated the Rockies 3-1. The Giants thwomped the Brewers 16-3. Let's see, we got the Orioles and Tigers when they battled, and in 12 the Orioles took over the Tigers 10-9. Blue Jays defeated the Nationals 5-2. Diamondbacks goose-egged the Pirates 3-0, and Marlins defeated the Phillies 8-6. The games that are currently going on right now, there's 6 of them. Bottom of the 8th right now, Rays are over the Rangers 3-0. Bottom of the 6th, the Braves are on top of the Mets 1-0. Bottom of the 5th, we see the Guardians over the Reds 4-0. Top of the 5th, the Royals are defeating the Twins right now 2-0. Top of the 5th, Cubs and Cardinals both at a 0-0 tie. And the bottom of the 4th, we see the Yankees over the White Sox right now 4-0. There are 3 games that are coming up tonight at 9:38 Eastern. We see the Astros and the Angels. 9:40 Eastern, we see the Red Sox and Athletics. And at 10:10 Eastern, we see the Mariners taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Your standings right now, as it sits, your AL East belongs right now to the Tampa Bay Rays with a 1.5 game lead over the New York Yankees. Rays having a record of 62-44. AL Central belongs to the Chicago White Sox with a 1.5 game lead over the Cleveland Guardians. Their record is 55-51. And the AL West right now sits with the Texas Rangers with a 2 game lead over the Houston Astros with a record of 55-52. In the NL East, the Braves are still hanging on over the Phillies, a 6 game lead right now. Their record 62-45. NL Central, we see the Milwaukee Brewers with a 5.5 game lead over the Chicago Cubs. Their record is 67-41. And the Los Angeles Dodgers still with an 11 game lead that has not changed from last week. That's a good thing, but it needs to the games back needs to go away a little bit. Anyway, the Dodgers record is 67-40, and they are, as I said, 11 games over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Your home run leaders right now, as they sit in 5th place, is James Wood with 30. Ben Rice is got 31, as well as Hunter Goodman in 2nd place. And it's so unusual for me to say this now because usually he's in the number 1 spot. But right now, number 2 belongs to Kyle Schwarber. He's got 33. And Yordan Alvarez has 35. That's my shtick, and I'm sticking to it.
We talked about the Marlins earlier. They came into this series against the Philadelphia Phillies on a 13-game losing streak. 13 games.
13.
And they
yep.
and they swept the Philadelphia Phillies.
That's a shocker. I'm sorry. It's just like
baseball. Yeah, that's just baseball for you. Well.
Yeah. I think I froze.
There you are.
There we go. Yeah, I froze a little bit, but yes, I agree that's unthinkable to sweep the Marlins sweeping the Phillies. It's like that's crazy. That wouldn't happen if Schwarber was number 1.
Yeah. We are gonna get to the World Series thing in a little bit. Unfortunately, there was 5 votes, and I think I know who the winner is. But we're just gonna plug and promote here. So let me get a banner up quickly.
Yes. There it is, the affiliate. I'll be covering AHL and ECHL starting Tuesday, September 29th, which is just before the AHL starts their season. And the ECHL will start 2 weeks after the AHL does. I will tell you right now, today was a busy day as far as the ECHL is concerned. A lot of signings, a lot of trades, and all over the country. It's not just here in the Northeast; it's all over the place. So, and these are the things we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about the scores and some major happenings in some of these games. And mind you, people, the AHL and ECHL, that's the road to the NHL. Just to let you know, like your players, they come from these two farm teams or farm organizations. So definitely tune in, because you never know a name you hear on these two leagues here. One day you'll hear about them in the NHL. But until then, you'll hear it about them on the affiliate starting Tuesday, September 29th.
Okay, let me move this away. Then we'll go here. And I really hope at this moment I really hope that Lewis and Rods are not, okay, well, it says 0 viewers, but I really hope that Lewis and Rods doesn't watch the ending of the show, because this is gonna spoil the logo. But Jeff, starting Tuesday, September 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern, Forever Boston Sports presents the NFL show. Oh man, look at that nice little logo.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. I love that logo.
I do too. Thank you so much, Maddie, for making this. And here's the poster. So it's every Tuesday, starting September 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern. We are gonna go over scores. We're gonna recap the weeks. We're gonna give stands update. So it's not Jeff's stick, because that's his stick on that. But
yeah, no one can have my shtick.
no one can have Jeff's stick. But this Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern, me, Maddie, and John are gonna do the intros for the show. And the reason why I said I hope Lewis and Rots are not watching is because I'm keeping this a secret from them until September 8th. So I know, Jeff, it's a shocker that I'm keeping a secret.
You know they're gonna watch. You know they're gonna watch at some point. Be like, well, it ain't a secret anymore.
Knowing Rods, he will not, because AEW's on. And
yeah.
But
No, I didn't mean now, but if they watch a replay.
But I know, but I told him not to watch. But
Yeah.
Jeff was looking at me like, wait, you keeping a secret? That's kind of like Trader season 1 when I
was just gonna say, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
But no, make sure to tune into those shows on Tuesday, September 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern, and Tuesday, September 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern, because the affiliate is going to be following my show. So, and a little side note, everyone, Wednesday, September 9th, there is no bases loaded, because NFL opening night is Wednesday, September 9th. It's the New England Patriots versus the reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl champions, the Seattle Seahawks.
Why, yes, it is.
All right. Well, we got 6 minutes left to go on the show. So, like I said, I think I already know who the winner of the World Series is. But Jeff, why don't we get into it?
Well, this is going to be very short, sweet, and to the point. Your winner of the Forever Boston Sports World Series all-time team belongs to the Boston Red Sox with a score of 4-1.
Can I be honest? That one for the Dodgers was me. I'm trying not to be biased here.
You son of a bitch.
I'm trying not to be biased here.
I should have that clip as an audio clip, and then every time I want to tell you that, I'll just play the clip, be like, you son of a bitch. just because I can. You know,
Just because you can, yeah. So yeah, that's it. 4-1. That's
what? Wait, what? Yeah, are you drinking regular Mountain Dew tonight? I've got. Oh, you're drinking Pepsi, not Mountain
I
Dew.
got no more Mountain
You
Dews,
son
dude.
of a bitch.
I got no more Mountain Dews at the moment.
Ah, no, because I've got the good old Code Red going on here, finishing that up. So
I love those. I really do.
I'll send you a whole case of the gingerbread when they come out in the stores.
Yes, please.
That was
Um,
that's the worst mistake that you know the Pepsi company could have ever done was do gingerbread Mountain Dew. Are you serious right now? I took one sip of that and dumped it. It was disgusting. Code
it was
Red,
nothing
you can
great.
never go
So
wrong
yeah,
with the Code Red.
no. Um, so yeah, that's it. That's the trade deadline preview. We didn't talk about many teams during this trade deadline preview because well, you never know what they're gonna do during the weekend. So next
No, we'll
Wednesday,
definitely
Jeff.
hit. We'll definitely hit on the big ones that you know that got traded at deadline. We'll definitely hit on the really big ones.
Yeah,
So
because I got Jeff Passon's notifications on, so when I see those, I'm gonna put them into the show next Wednesday. But yeah, Jeff and I and whoever else wants to join will be here next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna do an hour trade deadline recap. So
honestly, someone I think we should get for next week. I know I wanted to get him on here this week, but he couldn't do it. I would love to get Jovan on here next week because
that's
I
what
know
I'm
he
aiming
would
for.
be. Yeah, he would be. I think a great person to bring on for the trade uh, deadline show. You know, I think that would be great. That and it's a day after my birthday, so he can celebrate it with us.
And just a little program update. There is still going to be Bases Loaded in 2 weeks, but Jeff is not going to be here. He's going to be in Atlantic City.
I'm gonna be on vacation, bitches. So you son of a bitch.
And don't worry, I'm not
Yeah,
going to.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm taking a week getting out of here. It'll be nice to. I'll check Atlantic City off my bucket list. So because I've never been there. I've been to New Jersey, but I've never been to Atlantic City. So this will be really fun to get out of here for 5 days, and we're leaving on Sunday, coming back on Thursday. So yes, Bases Loaded will still be happening. No, you will not see my shtick. You'll see somebody else's shtick, not mine.
What else can I say?
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, clip that. Send it to me. I'll put it in the show.
Oh, you're something else.
Again, the big shows. The affiliate Tuesday, September 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Forever Boston Sports' NFL show September 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern. No Bases Loaded September 9th because of the NFL season. Trade deadline is 5 days away, 6 p.m. Eastern on Monday, August 3rd. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of trades on Monday. So whatever trades get done, I will screenshot them from Jeff House and I will put them into the show. So yeah.
I'm very curious to see who Atlanta's going to get. I'm dead. Like I really want to know.
Me too.
Like yeah, and I'm really curious to see which direction Boston's going to go too. I mean, it's just I could care less about the Dodgers; they suck. But I really would like to see what, especially the whole Devers thing. I'm curious to see if they do get rid of Devers, where he's going to go. I'm hoping it's Miami. I really am, but we'll see if they get rid of him. They may keep him. I don't know. We'll find that out on Monday.
Jeff, any final words before we sign off?
You son of a bitch. No, I'm good. I think I'm good. I've got bed coming up because I've got work tomorrow morning. But that's okay. Tomorrow's my Friday, so I just gotta get through tomorrow and then I'm good.
Well,
But I want to thank everybody, man. So
well, hey, this was another good show because last week we had a great show with the 15-game win streak. Unfortunately, that came to an end on the same night as we went live, but hey, that's okay.
we got a 2-game winning streak right now. Let's not ruin it, Justin.
Actually, we got a 1-game losing. Yeah, we got for the bases. Well, yeah, we got a 2-game win streak. Yeah, I thought you were talking about for the Red Sox. Never mind,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. It's 40 minutes until game time. You should know this by now.
Yeah. I know you're
So-
ramped up. You're ready to go.
We're gonna get Jeff out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. So for Jeff, for Justin, thank you so much for joining us on Bases Loaded here on Forever Boston Sports. Please turn your notifications on when I set the live up for the trade deadline recap because you do not want to miss this. I'm telling you right now, you do not want to miss it.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
Oh, and as Jeff would like to say, you son of a bitch. Goodbye.
You son of a bitch.